Hey everyone, we're here in a village of Maliq, and this is my first time here. The building that you see behind us has been recently purchased by the church here, by Plator's church, and it's being converted to be a sanctuary in the bottom half, as well as on the back side eventually will be a women's ministry, an opportunity or a place for them to gather and have conversation and share community needs and such. And the upstairs is 6 bedrooms that'll be turned into a B&B for perhaps missions teams to come. The village itself of Maliq is predominantly Islamic, but it has taken a while for Plator to get rooted in this community, but now Christianity is developing in this community and it's having an effect. In fact, Maliq, you were just sharing with me that you've actually been elected as a councilman to the town?
Yes.
Could you talk a little bit about that, what that process was like and the effect or the influence on the church and the community?
Yeah. We started to work on Maliq only 2 years before. I remember here in '94, I think, when Mike visited Albania, they was throwing stones to to them. So it's very stronghold of Islam and atheist groups also. It was difficult to start a church, but the church started only 2 years before, when a group of soccer players from this town was coming to our church, and they say, if you can come to in our soccer field and do a Bible study, we'll like it. So we started with a soccer team. We start to pray with them and do a Bible study with them. They say, what about starting a church in Maliq? And I say, I don't know how easy it will be. It's a difficult town. They say, it's not a difficult town. We can go and knock in every door, and invited them to a meeting. So we asked the Libanic church, that is one of the biggest church in the area, to come and join us on doing evangelization door to door, and we ran the cinema of the town. We ran the cinema for 1 week, for meeting each night at 6 o'clock. Believe it or not, 800 people shows each night on that meeting. And next week we decided to start the church service on a building nearby that we rented, and that's how the church started 2 years before. So this church has been here for 2 years. We was working on this town with 3 children. We have a day center for 3 children that we feed them every day, clean them every day, and help them to be educated and raise them. We have 2 social workers that works with that program. Then an old man came and saw the program. He saw when the children was sleeping, his heart broke. He said, what we should do more for these children? And I say, we did the maximum as we can as a church. He said, but they sleep on a garbage place in a difficult situation. And I say, I know. He said, we should do something for them. So he turned back to England and he found a house that someone doesn't want to identify it, and he donated the house. We thought to sell the house and to build a residential house for children. But as we was planning to build that residential house, we saw that the amount of money was almost exactly for a residential house. And that day in the morning, we asked a man in a town that we was planning to buy his house, and he said for 6 months he was saying it's $100,000. Say, great, we're gonna buy it. The day that we went to buy the house, he raised it with 30,000. We say, we don't have that money. He say, it was a mistake in miscalculation. My house cost more than that. It broke my heart because for 6 months we was having plan to buy that house. But then next day the mayor called in the morning. He say, have you buy that house? And I say, no. He say, good. And I say, what's good from that? The bank is selling a house nicer than that, bigger than that, for $42,000.
God seems to have a way. Yes.
And then a lot of money was left. And the man that was donating this money say, and then is the time to buy a church, he say, for this town. So this is how the building was bought it here.
And you mentioned Michael, who happens to also be a pastor who in the past lived nearby in a nearby village and has done a lot of work planting churches, and also has the unfortunate distinction of being my blood relative. He's my cousin, Michael. So how does it feel to be surrounded by Durantes? Is that a bad thing?
I think it's a great, and I think I heard that your origin was from Calabria. That means you are Albanian too.
I'm honored to be considered Albanian, and I'm privileged to be sharing in the ministry that you're doing here and to see what God is doing, because God is overwhelmingly, as you can hear from Plator, overwhelmingly at work here. So we're just so privileged, and we're hoping that the Lord will move on your hearts, perhaps, to maybe support what's going on here too. So just praise the Lord. Thank you for watching, and there'll be more to come. We'll have more videos from different places. But in the meantime, God bless, and pray for Albania. Pray for Maliq and for Pastor Plator. God bless.